Hello, distributor leaders. This is Chris Morris, your Senior Vice President of Distributor Technology here at Herbalife. And today I am absolutely thrilled to be speaking to you about the new traffic light report generator. This tool will be a replacement for the existing traffic light reports, also known as the lineage reports. Let's start off talking a little bit about what we're doing and why. And with that, I want to give a little bit of background about the existing traffic light reports. These reports were first built and offered to all 4% production bonus earners and above about 5 or 6 years ago. At the time when they were first introduced, they were a very powerful tool. Gave you insight into your organization's productivity as you went through the month, and gave you the ability to compare month-over-month production rates. However, over time, the use of this tool has dwindled, and at this point, we only have approximately 20 frequent users of the traffic light reports globally. There's another 350 or so users that have at least tried to access them once this year, but generally most people will go in, access them once, and never come back again. The reason for this is that over the last few years, once we introduced BizWorks and then started steadily improving it, people realized that the real-time data visibility that BizWorks offered was a significant advantage over the static data and point-in-time snapshot that they were getting out of the traffic light report. Essentially, BizWorks was making the traffic light report obsolete. The new version of the tool combines that real-time data access that you get in BizWorks with what were some very powerful features in the old traffic light report around formatting that made it very easy for you to identify who in your organization was moving up and who may be struggling from one month to the next. Some of the new features that we're sure are going to excite you with the new version of the tool certainly include that real-time data, but more importantly, also on-demand availability. Today, the traffic light reports are generated 4 times a month, and they're only available once we generate them and place them out on a shared drive for you to access through My Herbalife. So certainly there's many people that wait and wait and wait for us to put those out, only to find out that once they access them, the data they're looking at is already 2 to 3 days old. So again, not real-time data, and plus you're waiting for us. So now we want to give that power to you. Real-time access with you deciding when the reports need to be available and you being able to run them on demand as often or as infrequently as you like. Certainly, another big feature is an expanded data range. The traffic light reports had a very limited time window. With the new version of the tool, you're able to examine up to 6 months at any given point, and you get to select which 6 months those are. In addition, the old traffic light reports just showed you supervisors. So if you really wanted to use that tool to analyze what was happening with your downline non-supervisors, there was nothing you could do. In the new version, we allow you to actually use the tool for your entire organization, from the newest distributor to your most senior founder circle member. We've also added a number of additional data elements, things like years with Herbalife and supervisor qualification date. And quite frankly, we've added every field that you can currently get in the BizWorks Linear View, which is the most expansive reporting tool we have available at our disposal. And then another thing that we think you're really going to be thrilled about is we've added a lot more trending analysis. So I'm going to show you that in a minute, but it used to be you would just be able to compare month-over-month volume productivity rates. We've actually extended that out to royalties, we've extended that out to production bonus, and we've given you a number of key indicators at the very top of the report, which will give you additional insight into your organization's performance. And then finally, we've taken the traffic light report and rather than completely rebuild it, what we've done is we've kept it looking very similar to the old version, but we have added some fairly neat features to give you a little bit of the sign of the time. So the stock chart style change indicators is something that I really want to point out. In our initial test with distributors, it was really one of the features that they seem to enjoy. And then finally, we're making the new version of the report available to everyone who's a BizWorks subscriber. So it will certainly be available to everyone who's a 4% earner or above, but we also wanted to extend this tremendous tool down to anyone who subscribes to BizWorks, regardless of their level and regardless of their earnings rate. So now what I want to do is I want to just quickly review what the existing traffic light report looks like. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. So certainly in the upper left-hand corner, you had the legend that told you what number of supervisors were producing at what level of productivity. As you cruised down the report, you saw those people in their lineage, you saw their names, and as you cruised across, you saw things like their volume production for the last few months. Okay, and you also saw a variance comparing the last 2 active months that were available on the report. You then did see a little bit about royalties, and then you got into some personal information around address and phone number and things of that nature, and that was basically what the report offered. The most popular features certainly were this table at the very top, because it was a quick and easy way for you to see how your supervisors were performing, and then certainly the color coding, which gave the report its name or its nickname, Traffic Light Report, was a great visual indicator that allowed you to see if people were improving or if they were hitting the level they needed to earn full royalties and things of that nature. So those were the benefits that people got out of it. Unfortunately, because it wasn't in real time, to use these reports, for example, at the end of the month was really a catastrophe, because the data was, at least 2 days old when you saw it, and really you could be making decisions or communicating with your downline about information that really was no longer relevant. So let me switch over and show you the new report. So again, it looks very similar, okay? And we've kept some of the same features, so the same color coding legend right here in the top left. But we've also given you several other legends and quick hit information centers at the top of the report. So just an overall structure of your organization, giving you the total of supervisors at each level. Also, we then decided, hey, let's go in and do the same thing for total volume that we're doing for royalties. So how many of your supervisors are earning their full royalties? How many are earning partial royalties? How many are not yet earning royalties? Who has no org volume? To give you some additional insight as to what the earnings potential is for your group. And we're doing the same thing here with max PB, or production bonus earning. How many are earning their max? How many are earning but not earning their max? How many are yet earning, okay, because they're not PB eligible, okay? And then certainly how many are at that 0 level. So, a lot of good information there to extend what used to just be information about the breakdown of your group from a production perspective, to give you a breakdown of your group from both royalties and production bonus perspective as well. As you cruise across the report, you'll notice that we're using the traditional filters that are available in Excel, which is a great feature. And here we get to the first significant change. So again, in this particular case, I ran the report for a 3-month period, and you're getting the color coding based on the volume levels, but you're also getting that percent change indicator using the stock chart format right to the left of it. And as you go across, we've also now done that for royalties as well. So you can cruise down this report and get a real good feel for who's going up, who's going down, and both in volume production and in earnings. And as you extend across this report, you will see similar information and color coding now for production bonus. So we're highlighting who's earning their full bonus, who's earning bonus but not their full bonus, and who's not earning bonus at all, perhaps because they're not eligible, they're not a TAB team member, or they're just in their waiting period, for example, if they're a new mill team member or a Pres team member. And then we've added all the other fields that were available in the linear view. You still get things, for example, like the number of distributors and supervisors that have been added on each person's first line, and then all the standard contact information as well. So hopefully you can see that the additions we've made from a data perspective are fairly significant, and certainly from a formatting perspective, things like the stock chart indicators give you a very quick visual on who's getting better, who's getting worse. And we're pretty pleased to be able to launch this in October. And again, taking advantage of its 2 greatest features, which are real-time data. So what you're seeing here is real-time, and also on demand. It's at your schedule, not our schedule. So you get to decide when you want it, and you know that when you run it and when you load it, you're actually getting the latest and greatest information and making decisions and conferring with your organization based on the latest and greatest information. So with that, I want to complete this quick introduction, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Please, if you're interested in this, take some time, watch the next video which shows you how to use this new report. There are a couple of steps involved with that. We think you'll find that they're fairly simple, and we are going to be doing a number of training sessions over the next few months to make sure that people are 100% comfortable with it. But we're really pleased and excited to offer this, and we hope you are as well. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.